to ally yourself with this family. Is there not a bit of hypocrisy, given the previous comments that they've made about...
For Meghan, like, despite her claims to the contrary, that she's putting so much effort into this, so much love and joy and whatever, is that this is... She doesn't really care about the royal family. And you have...
If I'm going to succeed in America, I need a lifestyle brand of creams and supplements. Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop, Kourtney Kardashian has Poosh, and Jamie Lee Curtis has Poogert. Now I've got mine, Meg Goo, celebrating the sexy earth goddess in all of us.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
It seriously is driving me crazy. I'm sick of hearing about them, but I can't get away from them. They're everywhere, in my face.
Look, Kyle, we just kind of don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid wife.
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
But they're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways.
Or do you see any of the real Diana in Meghan? Did you?
No.
Really?
Oh, sorry. We are uncensored, but oh my God, the idea there's any comparison between Diana.
Careful, Harry. I spilled some essential oils on the floor.
Just like her Netflix show, just like her first podcast with Spotify, just like her most recent podcast, utterly backfired. Here's a headline about that. We haven't talked about this on the show, but she started a new podcast called Confessions of a Female Founder.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Oh, they had me driving for Uber Eats, but there were too many damn rules. Don't touch the food. Don't taste the food. Drive on the road.
I'm sorry, Rowdy Weddy.
I don't know, Megs. I've tried every career there is. Prince, Hitler. Maybe I'm just not qualified for anything.
That's not true. You're a great husband, a good-hearted man. You've got big, muscular teeth.
Thanks, Meg. And I guess now I'm qualified for this. Unemployment!
Meghan Markle's journey from royalty to Hollywood has been anything but smooth. When she and Prince Harry stepped away from royal duties, many believed Meghan was ready to dominate the entertainment world. With Netflix deals, high-profile interviews, and her new lifestyle brand, she looked set to carve her own empire. But in Hollywood, influence isn't guaranteed, it's earned. And in a city where perception is everything, one misstep can rewrite your entire narrative. That's exactly what happened when Meghan tried to pull off what she thought would be her next big power move, a surprise visit to Kris Jenner's estate. Instead of a glamorous partnership with the queen of reality TV, Meghan found herself on the wrong side of the gates. Literally. Security held her back, Kris never took her call, and the gossip cycle quickly turned the moment into one of Meghan's most humiliating setbacks. Let's break down how this single incident revealed Hollywood's true view of Meghan Markle.
Meghan totally missed the memo, the message, which is that, yes, having a title is somewhat impressive in Hollywood. Not a lot of people have that, but very, 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 very few, even actors, have the level of following and the level of influence that the Kardashians.
From the moment Meghan and Harry announced their royal exit, her ambition became clear. She wanted Hollywood, and not just as a side project. She wanted to sit at the top. Deals with Netflix and Spotify, glossy interviews with Oprah, and the launch of American Riviera Orchard all pointed to a woman determined to become a serious power player. But Hollywood doesn't work like the monarchy. Titles don't open doors. Numbers, influence, and business results do. Meghan underestimated that shift. Her royal status may have attracted curiosity at first, but curiosity fades. Without consistent delivery and strong public appeal, Hollywood loses interest fast. Her attempt to align with Kris Jenner wasn't just about friendship. It was about attaching herself to a family that has mastered influence, branding, and cultural dominance. But this ambition was also her blind spot, because while the Kardashians built their empire through relentless strategy, Meghan assumed a title was enough to guarantee her a seat at the table.
They have seen the great results of that, and Meghan Markle just can't do any of that, and she's also not authentic. And the Kardashians, like them or hate them, I think they do have a pretty good authenticity chip there.
In Hollywood, relationships are carefully managed. Meetings are scheduled weeks in advance, introductions are made through trusted insiders, and every encounter is weighed for potential value. Meghan's decision to show up at Kris Jenner's estate without notice broke every one of those unwritten rules. Reports suggest Meghan's SUV pulled up expecting immediate access. But this wasn't Windsor. This was Calabasas, where Kris Jenner is not just a reality star, but a gatekeeper to one of the most powerful entertainment dynasties in the world. The surprise approach was seen not as bold, but as presumptuous. For Kris, a meeting is business, and in business, no one shows up without being on the calendar. By trying to force the connection, Meghan risked sending the wrong message, that she was desperate to secure an alliance she hadn't earned. And in Hollywood, desperation is the one scent you never want people to catch.
And it goes to show you where Meghan's really where she was always looking, which was not royalty. It was not being an actual influencer in the world. She really just wants to be a Kardashian. That is.
Security at the gates of a Kardashian mansion isn't just about keeping out paparazzi. It's about protecting access. These guards aren't regular employees. They're professionals trained to manage interactions for some of the most famous people on the planet. When Meghan's team tried to explain her arrival, security followed strict protocol. No pre-approved access, no entry. It didn't matter that she was a duchess, married to a prince, or a global celebrity. At those gates, everyone plays by the same rules. Meghan may have expected VIP treatment, but in that moment, she was just another unannounced visitor. The refusal wasn't personal, it was procedural. But in Hollywood, the optics of being denied carry weight. Once paparazzi captured her SUV sitting idle, the story was sealed. Meghan Markle, a woman used to red carpets and royal privileges, had been turned away at the door of the Kardashian empire, and perception quickly overshadowed reality.
Markle, how's her business empire growing?
So, Mark, there's a new story coming from the Daily Mail that says she has struggled to find a CEO for American Riviera Orchard, and they said that there are interesting.
Perhaps the most telling detail of the entire episode is that Kris Jenner never picked up the phone. Meghan allegedly suggested that security call Kris directly, expecting at least a quick chat or reassurance of a future meeting. But Kris never responded. For someone who has built her career on media mastery, that silence was no accident. In Hollywood, ignoring someone can be more damaging than confronting them. A rejection can be spun. Silence, on the other hand, leaves no room for negotiation. It sends a clear signal that the person isn't worth engaging. Kris knows the power of this tactic. By not acknowledging Meghan at all, she ensured the story played out exactly as she wanted. Meghan on the outside, Kris above the noise, untouchable. It was a quiet but devastating move, and it told Hollywood everything about where Kris stands on Meghan's value in her world.
A woman who married into the royal family, and, they were just basically what she always said was too dumb for her, and that she went on and she was going to achieve these great things. No, Meghan.
What could have remained a private embarrassment turned into a public humiliation when paparazzi photos of Meghan's SUV outside Kris's gates hit the gossip press. These weren't glamorous snapshots. They were still uncomfortable images of waiting and rejection. And in today's social media cycle, an image tells the whole story. Blocked at the gate headlines spread instantly, with commentators framing the incident as Meghan's failed attempt to infiltrate Kardashian territory. Some even speculated that Kris's team allowed the photos to circulate on purpose as a subtle power play. After all, the Kardashians are masters of media orchestration. Whether by chance or design, those images cemented the narrative. Meghan wasn't the duchess at the top of Hollywood's ladder. She was the outsider, denied access to a kingdom she desperately wanted to join.
To ally yourself with this family, is there not a bit of hypocrisy? Given the previous comments that they've made about, for example, the skin tone of their baby's skin. Now, I'm actually not calling the Kardashians out for that. I think they were having an honest conversation, but I think it does show you.
In Hollywood, access isn't about titles. It's about value exchange. People open doors when they see a clear benefit. The Kardashians have perfected this system. Every association, collaboration, or friendship is measured for how it can enhance their empire. Meghan, despite her global notoriety, didn't bring the kind of guaranteed upside Kris requires. In fact, Meghan's image is polarizing. For every fan she has, she also has a vocal critic. And the Kardashians don't gamble with their brand. They control it. Aligning with Meghan risked pulling unnecessary controversy into their orbit. To Kris, the math was simple. The potential downside outweighed the upside. And so, the door stayed shut. It wasn't cruelty, it was calculation.
Daily Mail has framed this as failure, but I think that this is a total win for Meghan Markle because Netflix has never done this.
Within hours of the story breaking, Meghan's team began pushing back. Friendly outlets reported the visit was a misunderstanding, a mistimed drop-by, or a simple scheduling issue. But the photos told another story. And in Hollywood, perception always trumps explanation. The harder her team tried to spin it, the more it looked like damage control. Social media users weren't buying the excuses either. Memes, jokes, and sarcastic commentary flooded timelines, with the central theme being the same. Meghan had been rejected. In PR, timing and optics matter more than words. And this time, the optics were so clear that no amount of rephrasing could undo them. The spin only fueled the fire, making the incident bigger than it might have been otherwise.
It's because she wants the Kardashians' attention. She doesn't really care about the royal family. And you have to think about the time when Meghan Markle made those allegations. It was at the height of BLM, and
industry insiders note that this wasn't Meghan's first attempt to connect with the Kardashian-Jenner family. Whispers of lavish gift baskets sent their way. Subtle nods in interviews and reported outreach efforts have circulated for months. None of it has worked. The Kardashians, known for embracing strategic friendships, have consistently kept their distance. This consistency suggests it isn't about timing, it's about intent. They simply don't see Meghan as a beneficial addition to their network. For Meghan, who has built her brand around the idea of access and exclusivity, repeated rejection stings harder than public criticism. And the Kris Jenner gate incident made that rejection undeniable, visible, and unforgettable.
Work really hard, and Meghan Markle neither has talent nor a good work ethic. And so this whole idea that she was going to come to Hollywood and achieve the great things she couldn't on her own was always going to be a fool's errand. And I think we're really seeing that.
One of Meghan's biggest miscalculations has been assuming that royal prestige translates into Hollywood clout. But the two worlds operate differently. In the monarchy, titles hold weight regardless of action. In Hollywood, relevance is measured in views, followers, sales, and buzz. By those metrics, Meghan lags behind the Kardashians, who have built a multi-billion-dollar empire out of constant visibility and relentless content creation. Meghan may have a title, but in Hollywood's hierarchy, that's less valuable than a viral TikTok or a hit reality series. The gate incident didn't just show Meghan being turned away physically. It revealed that in Hollywood's pecking order, she's not the queen she imagined. She's still climbing from the outside.
And they're not grifters, they are grafters. You could argue that how they came to fame was not desirable. Kris.
In the entertainment industry, being criticized can sometimes help. It keeps your name in the headlines. But being ignored? That's the kiss of death. Meghan's rejection at Kris Jenner's mansion symbolized something bigger than one awkward encounter. It showed that Hollywood's most powerful players don't see her as essential to their narrative. For a woman who has worked tirelessly to stay relevant, that silence was louder than any insult. The Kardashians didn't reject her with drama, statements, or feuds. They rejected her with indifference. And in a world built on visibility, that's the most brutal rejection of all.
For Meghan, despite her claims to the contrary, that she's putting so much effort into this, so much love and joy and whatever, is that this is really just cheap. It's just tacky. She's hardly put any effort into this. She hardly is ever seen using her own product.
Meghan Markle's attempt to join the Kardashian orbit wasn't just about a failed meeting. It was a turning point in her Hollywood journey. What she thought would be a bold move ended up exposing her miscalculations about how this world really works. Titles don't matter. Surprise visits don't impress. And fame alone isn't enough to guarantee access. In Hollywood, power comes from consistency, delivery, and proven value. Kris Jenner didn't slam a door in Meghan's face. She didn't need to. She simply stayed silent, and the gates stayed closed. For Meghan, the incident became more than a tabloid headline. It was a lesson. In the Kardashian-run world of Hollywood, you can't demand a seat at the table. You have to bring something the table actually needs. And until Meghan figures out how to do that, she'll remain on the outside looking in.